Hello everyone and welcome back to Fandomology, where fandoms collide. Let me just make sure my mic is working here. I think it is. And there we go. Okay, now we're in the right mic. Okay, perfect. Welcome everyone back to this... Wait, did I really just say Star Wars, guys? Oh my goodness, I am so rusty at this. Welcome back to Fandomology, where fandoms collide. And as you can tell, yes, I'm very still rusty at this. I shaved recently. But we are back for the first time in a long time with a gaming stream. But before we start the game, I wanted to show off the background that me and Virginia had been working on. It is still obviously a work in progress, but we wanted to make the background, since we're both Harry Potter fans, we wanted to make it Hogwarts themed. And so what we've got here is kind of a cross between King's Cross Station and the Great Hall. And the best touch, in my opinion, and Virginia was especially proud of this too, is the candles that we have suspended from the ceiling. And obviously you can't see the string that's holding them up, so it looks like they're actually floating. So yep, this is the new background I'm going to be streaming behind. It's going to continue to evolve, and yeah, let's just get right into it. So, we are going to be doing a new game that I have never streamed for you guys before. I've recently played this on my own, and I want to share it with you guys. So, if y'all remember back... Hello, Blazerhawk Darren. Yes, another brick in the wall. But anyways, if you guys remember back, the very first game that I streamed for you guys was Super Mario 64. And there was a reason that I did that one, is because it was the first video game I ever played. So we're kind of going back to basics with this one, and we're going to play a new version of Super Mario 64. You guys... have heard me talk before about Mario 64 ROM hacks, things like Star Road, The Green Stars, or Last Impact. But I recently, thanks to Jonathan, if he's watching, thank you, John, came across a different Mario 64 ROM hack with the somewhat confusing title of B3313. Now, like I said, I have played this game before, but I want to show it off a little bit for you guys, and I will be continuing to play this as we go forward. So let's go ahead and get it booted. And for the record, by the way, I am not in the Discord this time. This is just all me. All right. Let's see. Give me a second. There we go. All right, we're in. So, let's just jump right in and see what we got. And listen to that music, too. It sounds like the normal file select music, but something feels off. Keep that in mind as we go through this. Welcome to Mario Wonderland. If you're the adventurous sort, pay a visit to the castle ahead. Well, I think that is what I'm going to do. Let me just get the chat pulled up here on my iPad, like I used to. There we go. And I'm also going to open the door. It's getting a little warm in here. Excuse me 1 second. Alright, we're back in. And we have a visitor. Oh, what was that? Yes, by the way, one of the things that you can do in this game is you can switch between playing as Mario or Luigi when you're in the outside castle grounds. And I think we're going to do that today. But another thing you'll notice, those of you guys that are knowledgeable of Super Mario 64, I'm doing what you'd think was the long jump, but for whatever reason I don't have access to it. So what's going on here? while Smokey is, of course, being a hellspawn like she usually is in my lap, on my desk. You might even see her come across the camera. But yeah, you'll also notice that things look a little bit different, too. Things look less detailed. Almost like it's a beta of the original game. So let's go into the castle and see what's up. This castle is exclusive to the show. It's connected to a variety of worlds, so open the doors ahead and get adventuring. All right. Also, let me do this real quick. Yep, Smokey just jumped off the table. Alright, so, the lobby looks very much different. So let's just pick door number 1, head on in, there's the painting, and just jump on in. Alright, so far it looks like the normal level from Super Mario 64, Whomp's Fortress, for those that have played Mario 64. But it looks a lot less detailed, a lot less polished. Like I said, it's based off the beta version of the level, so let's explore around a little bit. Oh shoot, okay, that was... that was bad. And Virginia is saying the game audio is a bit loud compared to me. Alright, let's fix that a little bit. Alright, I turned down the game audio. So let's see how that sounds. And yes, Virginia, by the way, I did make sure... I'm sure you're watching, but I did at the beginning make sure to talk about the background and the work that we put into it. If you've always dreamed of flying, you should try out the cannon on your left. Climbing trees is actively encouraged, so try finding a winged ally. Alright, let's get back to it. Alright, we know what was down that side, so let's see what's up here. The coins also, by the way, make a different noise, and the HUD, you'll want to pay attention to the HUD, the heads-up display. Something interesting is going to happen with that as the game goes along. I'm only going to be streaming this for about an hour or so, but hopefully I can showcase enough of this game where you guys kind of get the gist of what's going on. And those of you that are watching that have played this already, don't spoil anything. I want those that have not played it to be able to either stop the stream and play it for themselves, or continue to watch me and be surprised. So, we got our star. Boom. Gotta message Virginia back real quick. Kobe reacted to the fact that I'm back streaming in our TDK chat, so I bet he's probably watching too. Hey Kobe, if you are. Also notice when I jump in, there's no star select. So I wonder what's going on with that. Now, it said try flying from a cannon. Alright, let's do that. So let's just aim sort of in a that-way direction and see what happens. Oh wow, we're gliding! And we got another star. Like I said, I've played this game before, I know what's going on here. But I'm trying to keep the suspense up for those that haven't. Alright, let's go back in. Because I think there's one more star we can access in here. Alright, so we're gonna climb up here, and we've already been up here before, but there's a hidden star that I found not too long ago. Right here. If you punch this wall, and here's the cool part. In the normal game, if you punch that wall, you can find a 1-up. And so the makers decided to turn it into a star. And I thought that was really cool. Alright, so we are done with that. And let's move on now to number 2, which is over here. And looks like we're going to a version of Lethal Lava Land. So, left or right, it's up to you. Make good use of the C buttons to move quickly but cautiously. So again, like Lethal Lava Land from Super Mario 64, but again, something doesn't seem right. It feels a lot more simpler, again, like it's a beta level. And the layout's switched up too. Oh, that was close. And that was not close enough. Oh! I've never had that happen before on one of those types of bridges. But we still got the star. Alright, let's go back in. You coming up? You wanna say hello to the people? So yep, here's Smokey. She is being a good girl, as usual. Or being a hellspawn, rather. Alright. So, we went left, now we're gonna go right. And I wonder... Actually, no, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do something else. In the original game, you could go into the volcano. But you can't in this one. Okay, noted. Alright, let's get these guys out of here. Boom! Get out of here. And we got our star. Alright, so I believe that is all the stars we can get from that level. So let's go over here to number 3. And looks like we're going to a snow level. If you want to feel the wind at your back, try jumping in the hole on the left. The sensation can't be beat. Alright, let's do that. And we are in a version of the monkey slide from Tall Tall Mountain. Alright, let's go. Also, yeah, Luigi sounds a little bit different. And I'll go ahead and tell you this one too. If you were to play as Mario, he'd sound exactly the same. So I think this is from a version of the beta to Mario 64 before they hired Charles Martinet. I don't particularly like these voice sounds, but it makes it a little bit more bearable if you're playing as Luigi. Because you know how Mario sounds in actual 64. Alright, so we have our star. And the cat's, like, right here, just peeking up over the iPad at me. Probably wondering, what the heck are you doing? Alright, so now we gotta go get the penguin. And I'm gonna kind of cheese it a little bit and do this. Oh, did you see that? I actually get some health back. Interesting. What? I guess I didn't get that star, or they duplicated it? I've never understood that. But let's try that again. Alright. Same thing. Gonna just do that a little bit. Ooh, we didn't lose any health that time. Oh, we might on this one. Okay, maybe not. Alright, we're good. And I believe we gotta go this way. Alright. This part makes me a little nervous, because if I'm not mistaken, the darker blue patches that I'm jumping over is the ice that actually hurts you. Hey! Smokey was trying to attack my headphones cable and ended up sinking her claws into my knee. Alright. Boom. My brr baby! Have I told you not to go sliding off alone? Thank you. Here's a token of gratitude. Its power will warm you. Alright. There we go. And I think that's all the stars we can get there. So let's move on now to door number 4. Oh wait, we were just here. Never mind. Can't do that yet. Alright. Now, for those that have played Super Mario 64 and Super Mario 64 DS, you'll recognize that painting because they replaced the Jolly Roger painting from 64 with that one in Super Mario 64 DS. And I just thought that was a cool detail to share. And we have a blank text box. But at the same time, look at my health. It looks different. It's not a blue pie cut into 8 slices. It's a needle now. So I wonder what's going on with that. Alright, we are going to open the chests. Alright. Believe it's this one next. There we go. Alright, and then last this one. Okay, that is not where I thought that star was going to pop up. I thought it was going to pop up at that one platform at the surface that we passed on the way. Alright, let's go. So we're going to go down into the tunnel now. And again, this is based off the beta version of Dire Dire Docks, but the beta version didn't have these bombs in the middle of the tunnel. And look, there's the submarine. So I bet I know where the star is. Alright, so we're going this way. We're going to jump up this way. And there's our star. And I'm pretty sure that's all the stars that we can get from that level. You okay, man? Alright. So we've gotten all of these. Let's go this way. See what's out here. Okay, so all the ghosts, but the ghosts, okay, They weren't moving a second ago, but they are now. But I don't see the one that will open... I don't see the one that'll give us Big Boo's haunt, so we'll come back. So let's go upstairs then. And we know what this is. Ooh, no level. We go straight into the Bowser fights. Alright, so we know how this works. We gotta grab him by the tail and spin him into the bomb. And I missed. But that's okay. We can work with this. Perfect. Ah, there we go. Thank God for a big forgiving hitbox. Oh, and look, he doesn't spit out a key. He spits out a red star. So I'm going to collect all these coins real quick first, because they get me a life if I get 100. But the star is red. So I wonder what that could mean. But let's see what happens. Whoa! That's not where we jumped into the painting from. And the music also sounds different. It's like the castle theme, but a little bit darker. Alright, I'm gonna drop the act for a second. So, I'll go ahead and give you guys the secret to this game now. This is a horror game, kind of. So, for those of you guys that are not familiar, there's a lot of like creepypasta type things that are attached to Mario 64. And one of the biggest ones is the fact that everyone's copy of Mario 64, the actual game, is personalized to that person. Therefore, everyone gets their own unique experience. Now, we know that that's not true, obviously, but it's an interesting idea that a game could personalize itself to you. And so what the creators of this game, B3313, wanted to do is play on that. As well as the idea that if you really look at it, in the actual Mario 64 game, the layout of the castle inside of it is way bigger than what the outside shows. And so this game takes that concept and runs insane with it. And so that's pretty much what this game is. This is Mario 64, but a really bad dream. So we're going to just run with it and see what happens. No more pretending now. Let's just get into it. Alright, so pretty much, and also I'll go ahead and mention this too. All the doors are unlocked. Well, almost all the doors are unlocked. So we can go anywhere. So let's just go ahead. Let's see. Let's go this way. Alright, where did that spit me? Ooh. Oh, that's cool. Mario's on the other side. And there's paintings. Are these... Those aren't able to be... Yeah. Hello in the chat to Chris, who asks if this is modded 64. Yes, that's kind of an understatement. Ooh. Let's go in here. See what that was. Alright, I know where we're at. Oh, we gotta go into this one. This is one of my favorite levels in this game. Hey, Matt Cave, what's up, man? This, by the way, Matt Cave, is the game that I recommended to you about a few months ago. But anyways, just as I'm running, listen to that sad song that's playing in the background. This is one of the defining levels of B3313 right here. This is a level called Dry Town. And it's kind of based off another sort of creepypasta sort of thing about the original Mario 64. I'll play a little bit of the level first and then explain it to you. Also, I have no clue why the wigglers like this have any form of black tint on them. I don't understand. Alright. So... here's a Bob-omb guy. Hey, John. You know exactly what I'm doing, John. And yes, by the way, this is 1.0.2, if you know what I mean. Alright, so real quick, let me explain that one real quick. There's actually two versions of B33. There's two versions because of this weird drama that happened between the team that made it. I don't even close to know all of it, so I'm not going to try and sum it up here. But in essence, there's basically two versions of B33. There's 1.0.2, which is the one I'm playing, and there's also Unabandoned A2, which is the second version of the unabandoned version. In short, when B33 was at its 0.9 release, production was going to stop on it right there because the guy that was the head of the project just didn't want to continue it at that time. But some members of the team wanted to finish it, and so they came along and created what was then known as B3313 Unabandoned. And then the lead guy decided he wanted to finish his version, and that became 1.0, and both teams decided to continue to polish their respective versions, and that's how we have B33 1.0.2 and B33 Unabandoned A2. And the Unabandoned team is still making their version. There's going to be an A3 coming out soon. So, now that we got that bit of lore out of the way, let's talk to this guy. The villagers do not like being bothered. Please stay quiet near the doors. Not really that friendly compared to your usual Mario NPC, but okay. I'm pretty sure there was another guy I could talk to around here too. Or at least I thought there was. And John is right, by the way. He says the differences between these versions are very minor. But I will also caveat that with saying that the differences that do exist do make a difference. Like, I'll go ahead and tell you right now, there's 13 red stars in this game in both versions, but how you get them differs per version. Please stay quiet near the doors, says the shouting Bob-omb. Alright. So yeah, you pretty much get the layout of the city. Now, let's show you guys. John, should I do... Alright. So John's asking what areas I've shown. I really have not shown much. I showed the main lobby that you get into when you first get into the castle, the first Bowser fight, and then I came pretty much straight here. So, let's see. Let's do the secondary star first, and there's a reason I'm going to do that way. Because the main star that this level's known for, I want to save that. So, let's see what this guy had. Let's remind ourselves what this guy has to say. The mystery is... oh, this is a different one. The mystery is wet or dry. And where does the solution lie? The city welcomes visitors with the depth they bring as they enter. I wonder what that could mean. Alright, this was the one we talked to earlier. Let's read again what he says. The villagers do not like being bothered. Please stay quiet near the doors. So let's see what happens if we don't stay quiet. So let's pull one of these. Okay, so basically we gotta kick 5 special doors across this whole map, and that'll give us a star. But I can... Okay. I've done this star before, but I can never remember what doors they are. So we're just gonna go kind of systematically figure out what's what here. Alright, is it that one? It is not. Okay. Is it that? No. Oh, also, I do, if you haven't noticed, I have my long jump back. I'll go ahead and tell you this one, too. In this game, not only the red stars, allow you to have... Hold on, I gotta read what John said. PJ, play Elden Ring on stream. You won't. Maybe someday, John, but we'll see. But, the red stars in this game, like I said, there's 13 in total, and each one that you collect gives you back one of the original moves that Mario and Luigi had in the original Mario 64, and the more stars total that you collect, which there's way more than 120 in this game, the more that the game starts to randomize itself. Like, there's different randomization factors and, you know, a bunch of technical stuff that I don't know how to describe that will start to change the game. Again, playing into that personalization stuff. Alright, I feel like I have gotten way off base from where these stuff's supposed to be. Words are hard today. Okay, we're on the right track now. Oh, I am also, by the way, going to mention that tonight at 9, I am going to be joining Mike at Pacific 414 for his Star Trek stream. He's invited me on there, and he said I could pick the episode that we're talking about. And so I wanted to talk about my favorite episode of the original series, one of my favorite episodes of Star Trek, period. That being the Corbomite maneuver. So we'll be talking about that later on tonight, so if you're not subscribed to Pacific 414, go subscribe there now. Alright, there's one more star to get in this one, and this is the star that this level is known for. So we're gonna go find that one Bob-omb again, and get reminded of what he says, because it kinda ties in. Alright, here he is. Also, look at those angry red eyes. That is not usual for even a friendly NPC. Alright, again, the mystery is of wet or dry, and where does the solution lie? The city welcomes visitors with the depth they bring as they enter. Alright, so let's head first over this way. And yes, Chris, it is good to be streaming again. Especially doing a gaming stream, because I've said it before, and I will say it again, the gaming streams are some of the most fun streams that I've done. And I have missed this. Alright, what does this guy say? Leave me alone. I don't want trouble. I'm just relaxing by the fire. Before you flood this world, you monster. It is the cycle of life. I wonder what he could have meant by that. Anyways, I saw a cannon over here, and I want to see what's at the top of that house. So let's head that way. Yes, by the way, the Wing Cap, Metal Cap, and Vanish Cap are in this game. We'll have to unlock those at some point. Alright, so we are going to go this way and fly up to the top of that house. And look, there's a pipe. So we're going to go through that pipe and just see what happens. Oh boy. We just flooded the city. So going through that pipe flooded the city. And what's this guy? What does he have to say? What do you even need those stars for? Do you even have a reason? Or are you just hoarding them for the sake of it? Surely you don't need that many. Was all of it worth it? You truly are trapped inside your own walls. Alright, let's get the star and then I'll explain what happened. Alright, pause for a second. So, what the story behind that level is, and there's going to be more levels that add to this story. I'll go ahead and tell you now. What that was about was another sort of creepypasta thing about the original Mario 64 concerning the world Wet Dry World. So everyone knows that one. It's the one with the switches where you can raise and lower the water level. Some people started to really think about that level and think about it like, you know, you're entering a city that has been flooded. What if people lived here before? As well as the idea, what if people just noticed that they felt kind of weird and negative about this level, and they couldn't really explain why. And so that is another thing that this game does. There's a lot of different worlds based on Wet Dry World, and you're going to see a lot of that sort of negative stigma to it. Chris says, are these clips for Luigi unused audio from when he was intended for the original game? No, this is the beta sound for both Mario and Luigi. I assume before Charles Martinet got hired. Alright, let's go this way. Let me show you this one. Let's see what this guy has to say. Welcome to the Pleasant Falls. Our place to relax after so many battles. Now, this level allegedly was going to be the level that you used, to unlock Luigi in the original Super Mario 64. Come here, ma'am. Climb on something, climb on me. But Luigi obviously didn't make it into Super Mario 64, so this level got gutted. There's a whole channel devoted to this, by the way, called The Luigi. And he basically bases his whole content around B33 and some of its different secrets. It's how I learned all the stuff I have about it. So I would definitely go and recommend giving that channel a look. Hello, Glenn. What's up? For those that are just now coming in, we are playing a Mario 64 ROM hack called B3313, which is sort of a horror, like Alice in Wonderland sort of take on Mario 64. Where the strange things about the original... That was a bad move. I thought I could make that. Basically, this game takes the strange things about the original Mario 64 and exaggerates them to the 10th power. So like I said, Jonathan initially put me onto this, and there was a good period of, like, probably since from January to, like, May, roughly, Chris says, get wrecked, scrub. Yes. Eventually, by the way, the Discord calls during the, John's roasting me too, saying, get good. I know. But like I was saying, there was like a good period of, I want to say, 6 months or so, from like January to May, early June, where anytime I was playing a video game, it was this, because it was just that expansive. Like, one day, if I play this more, I may do nothing but explore the castle and just show you guys how extensive it is. Like, you have no idea. In fact, let's do that a little bit. So let's see what's in this tunnel with the prohibited sign on it. Ooh. What is this? This looks like the courtyard, but it's all red. Ooh. And now the courtyard has changed. And just listen. That's a creepy wind, isn't it? And the tone's a little bit darker than the original. But I'm now going to take you guys to... Chris just said, did Luigi just walk into the pit of hell? You ain't seen nothing yet. But let's go in this door here. And I'm about to show you guys, like, the one area that B33 is most known for. Even more so than Dry Town. So real quick, just listen. It's the same song as the castle theme, but for those that know their music terminology, it's in a minor key versus a major key, which gives it a whole different vibe. Not to mention this red hue that's over everything. So I'm going to pause real quick and let you guys in on another sort of thing that's kind of tied to this. B33 has a secondary title to it, which is Super Mario 64 Internal Plexus. Now, the internal plexus is kind of the term that was used to describe the full span of the initial Mario 64 castle, at least on the inside. And so this game, you have to look it up to really know what's going on with it, so that's why I'm sharing this with you now. The whole game, the whole castle area is referred to by those that have made it, those that have played it, as the plexus. So that's the term that I'll be using for it going forward. And so the area that we're in now is called Plexel Lobby. And this is, like I said, this is the most famous area of this game. Okay, I did not mean to do that, but that's okay. I know another way to get there. Watch this. The lobby just changed. Now, all of the doors are 3 except that one. But we'll come back to this. I can do this again. Watch. Now, the doors are in sequential order. But we're going this way. Now, remember last time when this led me to the courtyard? Watch this. We're back in Plexel Lobby. In fact, this is the main room of Plexel Lobby, right here. Matt Cave says, sorry, stepped away. Wife brought home some tiramisu. That actually sounds really good. Alright, so there is a couple levels in this room. Is this one of them? It is not. Okay, we're going back this way. Oh, here it is. This is what I was looking for. No, it was not. Okay, there it is, for sure. This level here, I forget what the name of it is, but this was one of the levels that made me absolutely hooked on this game. It's kind of a spin-off of Bob-omb Battlefield, has a similar song, but just look at the sunset type vibe that it has to it. Like, that's just beautiful to me. And this level right here was probably like the level that made me be like, okay, this isn't going to be just a one-off game. I gotta see more of this. And you see, I got 100 coins, my coin count started over, and I have another life. Although, and I'm not going to get into it in this stream, but you can do something actually really cool in this to get yourselves infinite lives. Oh, and also look here. There's a Goomba stack like in future Mario games. So that's another thing that this game does too. It references things from not just Mario 64, but pretty much all of Mario's history, both past and future. Oh, I got caught. Oh, I didn't know one of these guys was over here. Chris says, does getting 100 stars not give... Does getting 100 coins not give stars in this ROM hack? Correct. In this, getting 100 coins gets you an extra life. Alright, we're gonna go this way, because I don't remember what was up here. Ooh, a green coin. I genuinely have never seen that before. Ooh, okay. I couldn't make it. But I think I can wall jump it. Alright. John, you might have to help me out on this. What do the green coins do? I know that different color coins do something. I just don't remember this. You know what, John? Yes, I think I will show them that. Alright, so the green coin, I just got it, but it didn't seem to do anything. So, John, if you know what the green coins do, I would definitely... Yeah, I'd appreciate the knowledge. Alright. I'll have to look it up and let you guys know at a future stream what the green coin does. But there's another thing that this game does too. So first off, you know how you can theoretically make Mario breakdance? Well, first off, you gotta unlock that. But breakdancing is replaced with a little somersault thing that I have to unlock. Glenn says the Bob-omb guys look either possessed or evil. We're gonna get into that a little bit here. I got a special way I'm gonna end this stream. Show you guys a little something. John already knows what I'm thinking. But you'll notice that... Okay, John says they add no coins to the counter, but they heal you up by 3 health. Okay, cool. But you'll notice you don't just climb on top of something like monkey bars. You can climb up the sides of stuff, too, which is something that didn't make it into the actual game. It's a little glitchy, you can tell, but it's still something really cool that I wish they had implemented into the original, into the actual Mario 64 game. Alright. There's a star. Oh, come on! I missed it. I don't know how I did that, but I just completely missed. There we go. Alright, let's get this right. Boom. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys what John is talking about with the minus lives. John's in here trolling me saying get good. Chris says, how do you miss it? It was 1 inch in front of you. That is true. Alright, we're going to go in here. And there's a pipe here. We're going to avoid these chairs, go down the pipe. And we lost a life, and we are put into a version of the vanilla lobby. But things look different, obviously. So, we'll come back here eventually. But we're going to go back to Plexel Lobby and jump in that same pipe 2 more times. And I'll show you what happens. Alright, we're back in Plexel Lobby, and so we need to go back to the pipe. I don't understand why the chairs are there, but I guess they're meant to be spooky. Alright, we're at 0 lives now. So, same thing. And yes, by the way, I will be exploring the other lobby that has the 3313 and the 1234. I will be exploring all of those worlds, but for now, we're just gonna... I want to show you all this. Alright, so, we're gonna go down this pipe. We know that this pipe takes a life from us, but we have 0 lives left, so what's gonna happen? We go into negative lives. Now, I have to clarify. That trick only works if you die in the castle. If you die in a level and you're at 0, it is a game over. But when you're in the minus lives, every time that you die, you go to -2, -3, -4, etc., etc., effectively giving you infinite lives. However, every time you get 100 stars, you get a life back. So, -3, extra life, -2, -1, etc. So it is possible, theoretically, to lose your infinite lives. And Glenn said, I think last time I seen you, you had facial hair. Yeah, I shaved recently. Virginia wasn't a big fan of that, and so between that and the bumps I'm getting on my neck, I'm putting the facial hair back. Alright, so let's go somewhere else. Let's explore this a little bit. What's in here? I know it looks like one we just entered, but you can tell the level looks way different. And that music, too. Also, get a load of this. Some levels have these silver stars that you have to collect 5 of, like in Mario Galaxy and Mario Galaxy 2, and in Mario 64 DS. Ooh, that was close. Oh, and also, you see those guys there floating in the lava? That is an enemy that was initially going to be in the original Mario 64, but got cut. Same with these guys here. So the guys in the lava are called Blargs. You may have seen them pop up once before in Mario Galaxy 2 in some of those lava levels. And these guys are called Moto's Factory. Glenn says that or Weege done shrunk and the land got bigger. Oh, you think Luigi looks tiny here. Again, just wait, you ain't seen nothing. Oh, sweet. And these guys do fire lava at you. Oh, shoot! Okay, that was stupid of me. Oh, and that healing factor that you see I have, that doesn't last forever. So let's go this way, and we gotta try and find the last 2 silver stars. Chris says, can't wait to find out what this game's version of Tiny Huge Island looks like. Yes, this game is full of remixes of the original Mario 64 levels, but they also have their own original levels too, and those are really fun. Yes, I'm burning Ouija's biscuits. Okay, maybe I do have to go up this. Well, we got a star. But I don't think that was the star I needed. I wonder. Ooh, we can go in there. Okay. So let's see what we can do in here. John said he beat Elden Ring yesterday with a Frost Katana and a Mage Katana dual wielding. Sweet. And he beat it for the 2nd time. Maybe I might play Elden Ring, John. I don't know yet, though. I will probably play it on my own first before I determine whether or not it's worth streaming. I don't know. We'll have to see. Alright, we got a wall jump up this. What? Is there really nothing? Oh, okay, there's more to wall jump. I see. And one more time. How about that red... How about that red sky? That's actually pretty cool. Alright, there's the star. Also, by the way, if you haven't noticed, your coin count does carry over level to level, and even throughout the castle. Alright, we will come back. Hey Phil, what's up? Alright, let me address that, Phil. I haven't seen your messages because I have been taking a break from social media entirely, including Discord, for the past month. I'll explain it a little bit to you further, but... Whoa! Okay, I forgot that that was a thing. And there's no painting. But yeah, Phil, we'll talk a little bit privately later about that. But in short, I was taking a break from social media, including Discord, and so that's why I didn't see your messages. Alright, what's this one? Ooh, this is a version of Bob-omb Battlefield. Okay. With a Womp. You'll also notice, by the way, that the ground pound is quicker, but you can still thankfully do the ground pound. Actually, I don't want to be here yet. That takes its own explanation. I don't want to be on that level yet. But I am going to show you guys this one. This is another version of Lethal Lava Land, but look at that painting. The painting is way different. So we're going to jump in here, see what we got. And again, the level is way bigger. There's Blargs down there. Oh, avoid that fire. And I wonder what this... Whoa! The level's all blue now. How about that? Oh, shoot. I thought I could make that. Okay, I was wrong. Chris says Mario 64 in the Multiverse of Madness. Yeah, pretty much. And like I said, we have not even scratched the surface on this game yet. It gets way weirder. Okay, again, I thought I could make that. Glenn says, now you're entering hell. Alright, so we're gonna do something. I'm gonna basically show you guys where I know for a fact that another red star is. Because I need my backwards jump. There is a star there, but we'll get that another time. And in we go. Oh, look, another Bowser fight. And this is going to be challenging if we've got all these bullies to contend with. So we need some strategy. Also, by the way, there's other boss fights in this, other than Bowser, that give you red stars. Some of them are actually really cool. But we're gonna pick these bullies off as best we can before going for Bowser, because if not, the bullies will prevent you from grabbing him. Oh, shoot. Like here, I'll show you. This is what happens. You just get knocked off him. Glenn says, what's the difference between the stars? So there's like 460 stars in total. Of those 460, 13 of them are red. The red ones increase the amount of randomization in the game and slowly give you your powers back. And you have to have all 13 to get to the final boss. I was about to bounce that guy right into. Okay, I might have gotten enough distance. Shoot! Oh, come on. I thought I had enough different distance between Bowser and the bullies. And Bowser got me. Oh, I also lost my minus lives, so if I die here, that's game over. Glenn says random jaguar roar. Yeah, that's Bowser's beta game noises. Alright, I think I am good as far as these guys leaving me alone. So let's throw Bowser into this bomb and just get him to leave me alone. Alright, another red star. So let's collect up all these coins. Grab that. Alright. So, we have our backflip back. And here, guys, is where we're going to go ahead and stop. I just wanted to do a quick stream, show off this game, and show off the background, and leave it at that. So, we will see you guys later. I will see you guys actually at 9 o'clock on Pacific 414, where we will be talking some Star Trek. So see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already.